Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Commissioner meeting, July 14th, 10 a.m., and we'll start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Commissioner Kirshner, please.
Sure. Please bow your heads for a moment. Join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask that you watch over our meeting today. Allow us to make decisions that are in the best interest of those that we serve. We thank you for a beautiful summer day. We ask in a special way that you protect those who are protecting our freedoms and their families. We ask all this through your Son. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Perdiso,
Present.
Commissioner Schuff,
Present.
Commissioner Kirshner.
Here.
Okay, thank you. I want to entertain a motion to accept the digital audio video recordings of our previous board session on Thursday, June 30th. That's for our regular session.
So moved.
And I will second.
Commissioner Kirshner,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Perdiso.
Yes, thank you. In the old days, we had written minutes that we would approve. Now it's much simpler. Okay, so we'll jump right into the first item of business, and we have Mr. Wilson in the back, and Brady, I'd like maybe the athletic director to come up. Mr. Greenside, you want to introduce Brady and his family and maybe say a few remarks. And we're really, really appreciative you could come and be recognized. We have a proclamation. I always get this out of whack. Do you want to read the proclamation first? Let's do that. Do you mind?
That's fine.
Commissioner Schuff's our resident reader. He does a good job, so thank you.
All right, so we have a proclamation here for Brady Wilson, the 2022 state champion in the 300-meter hurdles. Whereas Clyde High School's Brady Wilson won the boys Division II 300-meter hurdles state championship in June of 2022, and whereas Wilson's work ethic, dedication, and talent were apparent given his personal best time and his great achievement of winning this race at the state meet. And whereas Wilson has had an extremely successful athletic career, and his efforts and accomplishments are well respected and will be remembered. And whereas the Seneca County Board of Commissioners has great admiration for Wilson and wishes to congratulate him for a day to remember at the 2022 state track meet. And now, therefore, be it resolved, we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, hereby officially recognize and congratulate Brady Wilson for winning the state title in the 300-meter hurdles event at the Division II state meet. In witness whereof, we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation this 14th day of July in the year of our Lord, 2022. Commissioners Mike Kirshner, Anthony Paradiso, and Tyler Schuff. Congratulations.
Mr. Greenside.
Brady is here with his parents, Aaron and Shanna, his grandparents, Paula and Jerry Gill. It's an honor, honestly. Brady's one of the few kids at Clyde High School. He's fortunate enough, he's had 2 state titles now because he was a member and played on the 2019 state championship team for football. And then he was a qualifier a year ago, came up a little short. This year finished it off with the 300 hurdles. Very rare today, too, that you see a 3-sport athlete. Brady was phenomenal in football, one of our leaders in basketball as well, and then obviously in track. So, you don't see that, and it's something that needs to be recognized probably as much as anything, is his dedication, not just specializing in one sport, but he specialized in 3. And Brady could probably play anything in any one. He's that talented, that good of an athlete. So it's an honor. He's a great kid. He's going to BW, playing football, running track there. So he's getting to follow in his mom's footsteps there. And his dad played at Ohio Westland. So comes from a great family, great kid. What else should I say?
That's about it.
Two great schools. Yeah. Would you like to say anything?
I just want to say thank you for having me.
Okay, appreciate that. And if you guys don't mind, we'd like to get a little photo and we'll present the proclamation to you. We have a few other Bally state champs.
A lot of state champs. You guys, you know the drill.
Good morning, yeah.
Let's do one with just Brady, and then maybe bring up the family for the second one. No, commissioners, you can be in too. But we'll do one with the whole crew. So, all right, you hold on to that, guys. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Tyler, move in like you like Tony. All right, and 3, 2, 1. That looks great, awesome. And then any like family members that want to come up, parents, grandparents.
Come on, Mom and Dad.
Grandma and Grandpa, come on
Come
up.
on up. Let's do it. How's it going?
Lee Trestle.
Yeah.
Working doubles because
Track there, right?
all the management changed.
Yeah, Nicole's now.
I
saw that you wrote the article about the city thing.
Yeah, so I'm doing city two and county. I'm very busy and I'm tired.
Yeah, you get that.
You got a picture.
Yeah, all night because I've got a special meeting tonight and I've got EMS tonight.
You didn't go to any of these.
If there's anything I can do to help. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you're lucky.
Appreciate your comment.
Yeah, I don't want any trouble. Cool. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good deal. One more. You guys got yours?
Now this is the mother's phone right here. So
Oh, that's got to be a really good one.
Jimmy.
This has to be the best one.
1, 2, 3. Got it.
That's all right.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Good deal. Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Godspeed.
John's also an amateur photographer.
John does it all, man. I'll tell you
Good to
what.
see you.
Thank you.
Been a little while since I saw you.
You are. That's right.
Grandpa put my generator in.
Back to back, yeah. Should we have the chairs over here to the next round?
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank
You
you.
know where you're going, Brady?
What?
You know you're senior, right?
Yep.
Bolton Goals. That's rich folk.
We're gonna reset.
I think he's in the ball.
Hey, I'm gonna have you come up, is that okay? You can handle things.
Really?
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. Maybe I'll have to give you a call.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. Now we have the Calvert coach who's actually in the Bellevue Hall of Fame for track and field, but we won't hold that against him today. Since this is a Clyde moment. I know Mr. Greenslade knows it real well. Come on up. So we're gonna recognize next the Calvert Girls 4x200 relay team. And is it Coach Bem or Bame?
Bane.
Bame, I get it mixed up. Coach Bame's here, we go way back, and I'd like to turn it over to you. Thank you.
Did they do the relay from Calvert to here? How long did they-
We walked
Don't
over.
wanna mess with these girls either.
First of all, thank you for having us here today. We appreciate it. This is quite an honor. These 4 girls, obviously, work very hard, as does, Ms. Wilson, and we're just, the coaching staff and the Calvert community is so proud of them for what they accomplished this year. This is a relay team that we didn't put together until tournament started, and they proved that they were worthy of standing on top of the podium at the end of the season. Leah Smith, Caroline Lanichak, Emma White, and Cameron Shook have just done an absolutely tremendous job this season in all events. Leah was also a member, or was state runner-up in the Open 200, and 3 of these girls finished 3rd in the 4x200 along with Brooklyn Brown. So we had quite a good weekend down in Columbus last month. So again, thank you very much, and we
Can you
appreciate
touch on
this.
the other sports? Because I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's something everyone
Yeah,
should know.
3 of these girls play volleyball. Emma is now part of 3 state championship teams, 2 in volleyball, and the relay team here now. Leah ran cross country. She's going to run cross country again this year to stay in shape for track, and we wish everybody the best. Emma is our lone senior. She's going to be attending Findlay University on University of Findlay on a volleyball scholarship. So we're very proud of her as her family is, and these other 3 girls are going to be back to do some more damage next year.
See some future Hall of Famers up here.
Yeah. Ladies, if you wish, please go down the line. Maybe you might want to make a couple comments.
I just want to thank all the coaches and everyone for a great season. I just want to thank you guys again for having us. It's really special to be here. And thank you to you three for giving me the best senior year I could imagine. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. This is really nice. And thank you to the coaches. A lot of hard work was put in and we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you.
Thanks for having us, and thanks to everyone for the support.
Great, thank you. Did we read proclamation?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With the way you ladies run, hopefully one of these days you'll be running for these seats maybe, so keep that going.
We get so excited up here, we get out of whack when this happens. Because we're kind of, there's an alum from about 20 years ago, Mr. Kirk Calvert. 50. He's had his 50th class reunion already. But so if you don't mind, we would like to read our proclamation. Thank you.
So we have a proclamation for the Calvert girls 4x200 relay state champions. Whereas on June 4th, the Calvert girls 4x200 relay team brought home a Division III state championship in Columbus. And whereas the team, which includes Cameron Shook, Caroline Lanasek, Leah Smith, and Emma White, had incredible success all year long, accumulating with a victory at the state meet. And whereas the relay team showed great teamwork, communication, and chemistry throughout the season. And whereas the Board of Seneca County Commissioners appreciates and respects the hard work and dedication these young women have shown throughout the season and competing and ultimately winning the championship in the Division III state meet. And now therefore, be it resolved, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners hereby officially recognize and congratulate the Calvert High School girls 4x200 relay team for winning the state championship. In witness whereof we, the Board of Seneca County Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation this 23rd day of June in the year of our Lord, 2022, Commissioners Mike Kirshner, Anthony Paradisel, and Tyler Schuff. Congratulations.
More pictures.
We love it.
Actually, if we had one more chair, we could let them sit in the seats. Kylie, get up. No, I'm joking.
We're gonna do the photo this way. You guys all sit in the chairs.
Oh, there you go.
Switch it up a little bit.
This looks kind of cool. Yeah, this here, hop in a chair. Yeah, we'll
Guys getting creative back here.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay. They're a team, right?
Yeah. There we go.
Are you serious?
Okay, everybody ready to go?
Hit somebody with the gun.
3, 2, 1. We're gonna take one. Gonna do another one. Tony, can you move to your right a little bit? Nope, the other right.
Okay, Freddie.
Your other one.
I feel like I'm something now.
Okay, that's great. You guys good? Good. Thank you, ladies.
Can we
Congratulations.
get one with the girls?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Get in there.
Drop
Get in
your
there.
feet up on the couch.
Jimmy, get there.
Oh, yes.
Come on up,
Yep.
everybody.
I gotcha. I love it.
Somebody grab the gavel.
Yeah, somebody grab the gavel there.
Emma, you're the senior. Lay down the gavel.
Adam, you can do
There
it.
you go. All right.
Pass it.
Back in there, Mike.
All right. 3, 2,
Let those
1.
guys get the pictures.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're good to go. Congrats.
She adjourned it, let's go.
Congratulations.
Good luck to you.
Oh,
No, that's Emma.
that one.
She's got another year.
Yeah. I got it. You back. That's better, yeah. Hey, that's better, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Gotta reload. huh?
Okay, thank you, everybody. Oh, get in there.
Thank you, guys. We had a full house here for the beginning of the meeting.
Mr. Greenslade, this is
Thank you
wonderful.
very much, and congratulations.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you back next year, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we will.
You know, it is really amazing in our county and all the schools we have, just have some great success stories. And we just continue to bring it in.
A lot of state champs this year.
It's pretty neat. Bid opening,
Yes, I guess it is enough.
10:15, I think we're right on time. This is for County Road 24 pavement resurfacing.
Out to the School of Opportunity.
Is that where we're? Yeah. Right. I always ask you which road that is out there. County.
Yeah.
County Road 24. What are we doing school of ops today?
It says 24.
Okay, well then it's not school of ops today.
You're resurfacing.
Unless they
School
move.
lot, right, not the road, because yours says private.
There should be a motion down the road to approve the
Okay,
bid.
all right. I was like,
Because we opened that.
okay, so no, you're right. It is for the County Road 24 pavement resurfacing, Scipio Reed Township.
So what's the road that goes by you?
County Road 20.
County Road 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always get that mixed
You
up.
stand correct. Thanks, Stace. I had to.
The engineer's estimate for this project is $1,002,173. The first bid I have is from Gherkin Paving out of Napoleon, Ohio. Their total bid amount was $993,107.40. My second bid is from M&V Asphalt out of Tiffin, Ohio. Their total bid amount was $969,558.30. And those are the only two I have.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure the housekeeping's straight. John DeVoli, you want to formally speak at some point?
5 minutes, that's all.
Okay. So, Mayor Mons, are you ready to come forward?
Sure.
Okay, you're up, buddy. So, once you're the mayor, do we always call you mayor?
Kind of like Senator, like you call President Trump president, but he's not the president.
You know, as an
How's that work?
elected official, I think you've realized by now that you answer to whatever people call you.
Yeah.
And it's not
That's
always
good advice.
Yeah, it's not always the nicest of things, but you still answer to it regardless because that's part of the duty.
Okay.
But no, you whatever. I answer to anything. I prefer just Aaron, but if you still want to refer to me as whatever, that's fine. But it's not really a formal update from the team this morning. We will be scheduling that in the near future with you all to give a more formal update from all of the team members.
We've been there 4 or 5 days. I mean,
I know. It should. Actually, I think I'm pushing 10. But really, what I wanted to do is just come here, and I know the three of you know me, but to formally reintroduce myself and thank you all for your confidence in everything that you did to work with us at the city, everything that you continue to do with us with the Tiffin Seneca Economic Partnership. I'm excited. I've been there almost 2 weeks now. I absolutely love it. And
Nice.
it's a nice change. Spending almost 11 years as an executive level elected official, another 4 before that, so 15, 16 years elected. It was time for a change. I love this community, love this county, and now this gives me the opportunity to remain here even longer term to help continue to do great things in Tiffin and Seneca County. We've got a tremendous team at the office. They're doing great things. I can't thank them enough for everything they've done during the transition process to keep things afloat. We'll have a lot of updates here in the very near future with the building, the renovation that is coming along. I talked with Commissioner Kirshner a little beforehand to let him know that is progressing well. We hope to be in that building by late April, early May of next year. It's not in the building, the floor below, by late April or late April, early May of next year. But really what I want to do with the organization, I've come in, I've started to figure out where a lot of things stand. There's already a few major projects that I've had to dive right into because they're getting close to the home stretch and we've got to get them across the finish line. That will be very good for Seneca County once we're able to get things completed. But what I want to do is kind of refocus the mission a little bit of the organization. And I feel at times that we may have dabbled in a little too much. We overextend ourselves, and I think we need to, at TCEP, get back into the business of focusing more on the community development, economic development side of things, and not necessarily doing so much quantity that we are at times struggling with our quality of work. I am someone who believes that we need to give our 100% all effort I want anything that has my name and the organization's name attached to it to be a quality product that we are putting out, whether it is for the Commissioner's Office, the City of Tiffin, our villages, our townships, Seneca County. We have got to do our jobs to make sure that we are delivering quality, getting back to our constituency, which is, of course, you, the city, our townships, villages, and the folks out in the county. So I am just so excited to be here, be in this role, and start working with you all in a different capacity. So if you have any questions, comments, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, if it would be okay, I do have Adam here who's going to give you all a quick update on CARES. But if you have anything, I'm happy.
Before we do that, this is a two-part meeting right now.
Oh, okay.
You and your update of TSEP, which we appreciate. So before we go to step 2, do you want to make any comments on TSEP?
Well,
You've been involved since it was formed.
There's a number of components when we talk about collaboration, cooperation, et cetera, right? TSEP has always been one of those. The city has always been one of those. Hopefully the county has been one of those, townships, et cetera. It's just good to have you in one of those key roles to continue on. So thank you for your service to the city of Tiffin. We all need to have a servant's heart and hopefully accommodate those people that we represent. This is just another way for you to be able to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and continuing with Commissioner Kirshner's comments, part 2 is to recognize you and thank you for your prior service. So we weren't able to formally do that, and so I want to formally do that now, and we have a proclamation for you. Thank you for your leadership, and I concur with Commissioner Kirshner. I'm pretty excited that as it's all sinking in, and looking forward to working with you.
Commissioner, I am pumped. I have not been this excited for something in many years, and it's that newness, that change that you go through in your career. And being almost 11 years in, it was time for something different. This allows me to remain here and work in this county that I love and continue to do good things. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you in the past. It's going to continue to be a pleasure here in the future. When we were in council together at the beginning, when we were in our college age, went through some hard times, got through it. We went through some good times, and looking forward to working through the challenges here in the future.
Thank you, Commissioner.
So we would like to read a proclamation. You've been through this before, but
usually I'm the one doing the reading.
Yeah. We really appreciate your service.
So we have a proclamation here for Aaron D. Montz in appreciation of his excellent service to Tiffin and Seneca County. Whereas Aaron D. Montz was first elected as mayor of Tiffin in November 2011. He was the youngest mayor in the city's history, and he took office at the age of 26. And whereas Montz spent more than 10 years working for the betterment of the city of Tiffin and Seneca County, and whereas Montz is a 2004 graduate of Tiffin Columbian High School and a 2008 graduate of Heidelberg University, he is a true Tiffinite and proud Seneca County resident who blessed the community by keeping his talents and hard work ethic and experience right here in his hometown. Whereas in 2022, Montz announced his resignation as mayor so he could move on to the position of president and CEO of the Tiffin-Seneca Economic Partnership. Whereas although Montz will certainly be missed as a public servant, all who know him are confident his experience and abilities will serve him and his community well as he takes on this new challenge. Montz's background in public service and in leading the city will leave him well equipped to lead the county's economic and community development efforts. Whereas all Seneca County residents owe Montz a great debt of gratitude for his long hours he has spent, the hard work he has displayed, and the many great successes he has enjoyed while leading the city of Tiffin over the past decade. And whereas the Seneca County Board of Commissioners wishes to formally thank Montz for his excellent service to the city of Tiffin and Seneca County, the board is appreciative of Montz's diligence and many accomplishments as mayor. And it looks forward to seeing what he can achieve in his new role at the Tiffin-Seneca Economic Partnership. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners hereby officially recognize Aaron D. Montz for his excellent service to Tiffin and Seneca County. In witness whereof, we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation this 14th day of July in the year of our Lord 2022. Commissioners Mike Kirshner, Anthony Paradiso, and Tyler Schuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Floor's back to you if you want to.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you all my card. Actually,
All
it's in my
your contact
Yeah,
information,
I'll grab
I would
that.
like
I'll
that.
grab that after the meeting. Yeah, that way I don't keep it.
Picture?
Oh.
Yeah, we can take a picture. We never get you guys all together, so why not? Let's do
We're
it.
always together, you just don't.
We still get the picture, exactly. Picture time, guys. Picture time.
I was giving you a hard time.
I'll put him in the middle.
I'm giving it right back.
I did say to my mom.
You guys are getting good with the chairs thing. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Shares.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Take one more. All right, thank you. Good to go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We'd like to have him come up.
Coming, brother.
What was that, John? You can have Adam come up now.
Yeah, Adam's just going to provide a quick update on the CARES program, which we're close to wrapping up, so.
Thank you. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. So, as the mayor said, we are working on wrapping up the CARES program, which you guys originally funded about closing in on 2 years ago now. That involves reaching out to some folks who have not completed that closeout documentation for us. So I've been emailing and reaching out to them. We're hoping to have this closed out by sometime between the middle of August and the middle of September. As part of that, we are still using the SM Apply system. However, there are some problems that are cropping up within that application system. So if you are one of the individuals who have emailed or reached out to and you're having some trouble uploading those documents, please feel free to reach out to me either by email or by phone in order to get those documents uploaded. We're still working through some of these issues. Hopefully we can get them sorted out in that system, but otherwise you can reach out to me directly and get them out that way. That's really the only update we have, and I'll come back to you once we have more and that program is officially closed out and done. But that's all I have today, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Any other comments before we move on? You good? Okay, Lou, did you want to formally speak as well?
Well, two things. One is
Okay, well, so you're next, John, you're after Lou, okay? Go ahead.
that we need approval from the commissioners to accept the bid. There was a bid opening. Our board passed a resolution to approve the bid for the parking lot to redo the asphalt. So they're redoing the asphalt. They're adding 26 additional spots. They're replacing concrete that's cracked and uneven around the building. Over the years, we've concreted, and with wheelchairs, it makes it difficult. So they're fixing that. They're gonna mill and replace the existing parking lot surface, and then seeding, mulching, and leveling the ground around the new construction. The total bid was for $400,600. And there was one bid from Helms and Sons from Findlay. It was reviewed by the architect firm and met all the qualifications.
That's on our agenda.
Okay.
And then the other thing I'd like to say real quick, if I could, is that our board voted, typically this time of year, we'd be coming to you asking for approval to go on for a renewal levy of 1.5 mil. It's a 5-year levy that comes up. Our board voted Tuesday night to not do that, so let the levy go. We feel that, due to growth throughout Seneca County, the prudent use of funds by the board and administration, we find ourselves in a good financial position at this time as we work towards our mission to improve the lives of people with disabilities. So allowing this levy to expire, we hope will help taxpayers in Seneca County during these difficult financial times. The county has been very supportive of us over the years. The last time we ran this levy, it was approved at 84%. It's hard times for folks, and we are in good financial shape, so we're asking, the board voted not to go on for the levy.
That's about $1 million?
It's about $400,000, $380,000.
$1.5 million?
That's a 0.5 mil.
0.5, I'm sorry.
It's 0.5 mil that was approved in that 1981 value of valuation.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, so it's 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5,
So
sorry.
that's
Thank you for that.
good leadership and,
Shows fiscal responsibility. Thank you.
yeah, so I think
Thank
we're gonna
you.
take action under new business to get your approval. If you wanna go, you're good, or you're welcome to stay.
Okay, thank
You
you.
got a front row seat. Okay, John, come on up, please. Hi, Kathy.
This is quite a meeting you have here. A lot of state, all good stuff.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Mayor Motz, I always told him this. I was mayor for 12 years. I always wish I was half as good as mayor as you were. You've done a fabulous job with the city of Tiffin. I think it's great in your new role that I believe a lot of good things will come from it. I really, really sincerely believe that, and congratulations to you on that as well. But
Thank
you almost made it to the 12-year mayor club. Almost. I'm in that club, but I'll still get you the jacket though, okay, so you can wear it. That'll be fine.
What color is the jacket?
Well, it's top secret, only the mayor's club knows. If you were in the club, I could tell you, but you're not in the club, so I can't tell you.
He wants the green one.
The green jacket. But congratulations on your new, I look forward to working with you. Just a quick update on the Seneca County Broadband study. We've been working with Lindsay Miller out of Columbus. It's going quite well. We are initially, the size of the county being the population of the county, the math that they did, they wanted like 289 surveys or something done. We did a real good push on it, and for a lot of people to be thanked, we have over 1,300 surveys that were completed. Gives us a really good caption, a real good focus of what people are thinking in the county. The heat map is very good. The heat map is a map showing all the places of the county where people did the survey. And that came out very well. We're going to present all this stuff on Tuesday, August 30th. I've been working with Adam on the dates and stuff. We have a really good rural broadband task force that TCEP has initiated, and it's their baby. And we met with them, I want to say a month ago or so. We met with them all, and we kind of gave them an update.
About a month ago.
Yeah, and we had really good. We had a conference call with all the folks from Lindsay Miller and all their folks down there. Long story short, Tuesday, August 30th, 10 o'clock. We're going to have it at our building, of course. We have that nice conference room there. There'll be people that will actually be here from the organizations to present. They'll give, it's a two-part kind of a day. The first part of it is all the documentation and what the study has shown, what's going on with it, what have we learned. Some of the stuff we already knew, of course. There's a lot of interesting things that have come up out of it. The commissioners, since you've commissioned the report, you'll get a preliminary rough draft of the study. We want the commissioners here in a couple weeks to look at the study, review it, add anything you like or have any questions about it, or you want to get something else in the final study that you want us to incorporate and put into it. Please feel free to email me back and we'll get that into the final product, so to speak. And the second part of it, Tony and I have been working on this. We're still looking at a date, maybe the second week of August. I'll talk to you more after the meeting. So not only we know what we need, but how are we going to go forward? We're looking at 2 or 3 different areas of the county that are lacking very much, and maybe working with a couple companies X, Y, and Z perhaps to expand the internet services to those areas. And we'll try to come up with some kind of a game plan for how that can happen at this August 30th meeting. We're not going to have any final plans at that meeting, of course, but at least we'll have a good plan going forward of how we're going to attack the problem of lack of internet service to these areas. So I think it's going to be really a great meeting. We're looking at maybe an hour, hour and a half tops. There'll be a question and answer period. We'll get a lot of information out. Everything will go public then. A lot of it's public right now. If you go on the website, I know Kathy knows about the website and you guys have it as well. But they're still massaging the data that we have and getting it all ready to go. So those are the main gist of it. Please put that on your calendar. We'd like to have all 3 of you there, of course. And then anyone else from the community, I know TCEP will be there and working with them. And we're going to reach out to a lot of the township trustees, a lot of the folks, the village mayors. We're great pushing out the survey as well, and try to get a county-wide kind of a big meeting that day there at our building. So everybody, please get on your calendar, and if you have any questions for me, I'll entertain them, or anything at all about the study so far.
I get calls on it every week about the broadband. It's very important to our citizens. So I mean, with TCEP helping carry the load, and then your organization, it's just very important to the Commissioner's office that we keep pushing forward. So thanks for the work on everybody's end.
Yeah, I want to work with TCEP, and we want to work with you. My superintendent couldn't be here today. Kathy and I came, but we want to continue working on this project. We have some really good ideas. We've enjoyed it up to this point. We've done I think of Kathy and the folks at our building have done a nice job pushing the surveys and the study, getting it all together. It's going to be fun now. We'd like to still be involved, I should say, in actually implementing the plan. not just coming up with a plan. So we'll talk about that at a later date, but we're very interested, of course, working with GSAP on it.
I want to make a comment. So when we commissioned the study, we allocated the funding of the study. I think our position was that here's the study. I don't think we really calculated that you would be involved
Carrying it, but you've actually done all the intimate work and you've been involved with it, talked to the schools, so I definitely feel you should be part of it. TSEP should be part of it, and so I think it's more, I think you're right on, we need to get a consensus that we all understand the study and then what direction, so as calls come in and as commissioners, if we need to make decisions. We've had a lot of people look at it and have input in it, but I'm excited. I think the study is, at first I wasn't sure, it's just going to be another study kind of thing, but I'm pretty excited about what we're learning, and thanks for the updates. And Aaron, this is kind of nice right off the bat for you to
part of it as well.
to get. So
Yeah, I don't want to just do a study and have it sit on a shelf, that's for sure.
yeah. And I want to recognize Kathy in the back. The audience can't see her. But we've had numerous meetings out there. We have EMS meetings all the time at night, 7 o'clock at night. We have broadband meetings. Kathy's always there at the desk with the key, opens the door, last person out, right, Stace? I see some grins going, and Kathy, where's this, where's that? And it just gets done. You know, and we don't take that for granted, but so we want to thank you, and we really, really appreciate you personally, but also Brenda and the whole staff out there. You guys have just been real generous and opening up the facility. There's a lot of meetings out there, so while you're here, I want to thank you. John, nice job. Anything else?
We'll be talking with you, and like I said, we'll set a date up of you and I to talk with them about
a
couple
we want to
projects
go
going
down
forward.
there, right?
Yes, we're looking at a couple days.
So
I'll talk
just
to
so
you.
everybody here knows, we're looking at putting a date together to go to Columbus. Would Brenda be going maybe?
She's going to very much try to go.
And
So
then we're going to meet with Ice Miller, the firm that's doing the study, and have some discussions.
correct
And then we'll
on
report back.
possible paths forward to get something
Grants and
done.
path, okay, all that.
In a nutshell, a lot of places don't have internet because the return on investment for a company is terrible to get internet to point A, B, and C. And our mission is to get grant funding and different funding sources to make it viable for a company to take internet service and provide it at those locations that they can get some kind of return on investment for their hard work. And so just a matter of funding and making all the pieces match together. So thanks again. If anybody have any questions, always feel free to give us a call.
Just if we could help in any way with it, I know one of the things that we're moving towards with technology is remote monitoring in homes for individuals with disabilities, but the problem we have is broadband and connection. So there are companies that actually do camera systems in individuals with disabilities' homes. The individuals do their medications, somebody monitors from a camera, and it's one way of helping us with the staffing crisis.
Think about that. That's pretty cool.
But the broadband is essential, so anything that we can do as a program to help support that, just let us know.
And because of something just like that, making that connection, there could be possible funding to get the service out there that we haven't even thought of yet, that could possibly provide internet to that household because of that need, and can be paid for out of this fund or that fund that we haven't even thought of yet. So that's kind of a cool thing. And a lot of it too with folks with disability, I know Kathy's working on it, they're called smart homes, where everything's done by just by talking to your house, basically. Right. Lights on and off, oven, this, that. And that's kind of a cool thing going forward too. So yeah, I'll be in contact with you about that as well. Thanks again, commissioners, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Stacy, we're good with commissioner reports? You okay?
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.
I want to just apologize. I know you guys in here can't see it. We've had people trying to get in that are bombing the screen. Jimmy's got it under control.
Okay.
And there was a kind of a crude comment left, and it says everybody can see it. We can't seem to get that off of the chat. It says it was Paul Harrison. It was not Paul Harrison. So I just want to make sure everybody, out there that's watching, whether on Facebook or whether on Zoom, I'm not sure if they can see that, but there was an off comment that, so, and we're trying to figure out how to delete it, and it's just
Right.
it's not letting us delete it right now. We've
Yeah, it was
not-
someone spoofing as P. Harrison. That's not him.
Right.
But yeah, our apologies. So,
So
technology.
We've got it set up right now that we have to see who they are before they come in. So just let you know what's kind of going on here, but I think we got it under control and Jimmy's working on that. So, but that was not from Paul. So anybody out there knows, just that comment was not.
These people need to go get a job.
All right. So just wanted to let you know kind of what we were kind of panicking here in the background.
Okay, somebody's in their parents' basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe it or not, we're ahead of schedule.
So things are moving along pretty well. We'll go right into commissioner reports. Commissioner Shedd.
Yeah, just a quick reminder for everybody, we have an EMS meeting tonight at 7 out at North Central. Also wanted to congratulate Gabriel Wedge as the new police chief for Fostoria, and wish a happy retirement to Chief Keith Loreno. Also wanted to wish Ben Gillig and Aaron Gillig best wishes, and I don't know, they're not retiring, but they're moving. Just safe travels and good luck on their future endeavors and life in the Bell Fountain area. So it's been a pleasure working with Councilman Gillig at the city level with him, and I'm sure he'll continue to do great things. So yeah, we've got some good people stepping up and some other people moving on, but everything keeps on turning. So that's all I have.
Mr. Kirschner?
Yeah, this has been a week of a number of discussions as it relates to EMS, from township trustees to individuals. So much of my time was taken up having those discussions, along with a number of pieces of correspondence and phone calls regarding wind energy. So the week was pretty much taken up with those conversations.
And boy, sometimes you get weeks like that. So yeah, the only thing I want to do is maybe give a shout out to the fair. I went to the fair board a couple nights ago, and I was just really impressed with the energy, the synergy in there. They recognized the Eagle Scout for his work on the judge's podium. That's really nice. And whose name escapes me, I'm sorry. It was just great. This fair is going to be big. Ticket sales are through the roof for some big entertainment, and that starts next week. We've circulated internally. I know regional planning will be out there a couple hours or a couple shifts in the township trustee tent. All the township trustees throughout the county have a schedule where they'll be there. Commissioners will be in and out, and looking forward to a good fair week. Fingers crossed with good weather.
Well, we talk about our future and the kids being all-stars. There's a number of kids that spent all year raising an animal or doing a project. Bill, when's the livestock sale?
Livestock sale is Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, and then
So if you have an opportunity, please go out and support them. Buy an animal or make a donation, or this is, affirmation that these kids have done a lot of hard work all year long, and we want to try to support them. I will make every effort to be there and buy something. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. So Emily out at the junior fair, what I do is anyone can make a donation to the junior fair, and they have a pool of money, and then there's someone that bids on behalf of that group of people. And so, again, it goes back to the kids for their hard work, and that's the other thing. Bill and I actually went out and met with the junior fair, and I was really impressed with all the things they're doing out there as well. So, but you can donate, as Commissioner Kirschner said. You don't have to, go buy a whole steer or anything. You can just throw a little money into the pool they have. That's rewarding just in itself. So. Okay, so that concludes commissioner reports, and we'll go to county administrative report.
Just a couple things, scheduling. You mentioned the EMS meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. I think that their board meeting, the Joint Ambulance District, is going to meet at 6:30 before our meeting. So, and it's also a public meeting.
Kathy will have the room ready.
Yes, she emailed me. I got that all figured out, make sure that day would work. I have a couple scheduling things that I need to bring up. So one, we're, next week, canceling our board meeting next week for, some scheduling conflicts. We have a call from a family that we would like to do, kind of the same thing we've done today on July 28th, but they can't come in till 12. So we'd like to, just keep our meeting at 10 o'clock, do all of our regular meeting and then come back at noon. So this young gentleman
Sharon Jones.
and,
From Home 11.
and
Okay,
the family can come in, so.
I'm okay.
The only one in advance is August 11th is the Fostoria Chamber outing, I think. Wondering if we could move, I think they'd like some of us to participate.
If we
So we can move that meeting to the 10th.
10th, yeah, that was another one I was gonna bring up.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Nope, that's
Thank you.
okay.
Thank
So
you.
As
that
long
would
as
be,
you're
we
okay
move it
for-
to a Wednesday
Yeah,
from a Thursday.
yeah, so the August
I'm okay
11th,
with, yeah.
so we'll just move it to the same time.
So we can
on
go
the
support the Fostoria Chamber event.
10th. And that week will also be the Attica Fair.
That week is the week of the fair.
When's the
Yes.
opening? It's a Wednesday or Tuesday
Tuesday.
usually? It's a Tuesday. We'll be out there.
That'll be the 9th,
Yep.
8 and 9.
You're
Yeah.
always there?
And then the 4th, August 4th, we'd like to start our meeting instead of at 10, start it at 9:30. We have a joint ditch hearing that they need to get done and scheduled, and they can only do 9:30. We also have a hearing on a bond. We have another hospital bond, which
Yeah.
you've been through. So we're going to be setting time and date today, and the only time they can do it is at 9:45 because they got to go to Ottawa to do the same thing. So
9:30 on the 4th.
9:30 on 4th, and obviously we'll remind you. And Kylie will send out notice, and Jimmy will get it to
Is this
the
a new
press.
bond or what kind of bond is it?
It's new. It's. I'm guessing they must have a big project. So we've done it
Oh, we
for
don't-
Heidelberg. We've done it
basically just
for.
approve it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as long as
A
it
resident
doesn't
finance guy.
hurt our bonding capabilities,
right.
but they have the ability to go through us for that. So,
Okay,
so they'll come in and explain that, but that'll be on the 4th. So
good.
as long as that's okay, 9:30
I
on the
have no
4th.
problem with any of those requests. How
Okay.
about you? You good? Mr. Kirschner seconds it. We're good.
Okay. Oh, and Land Bank. I don't know if you've seen your email yet.
Tomorrow.
Renee sent it out
Tomorrow at 11.
tomorrow at 11.
She was texting me yesterday.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but thank you.
Just wasn't sure.
I have 2 people keeping me straight.
Yep.
And I might need 3 sometimes. But thank you.
Other than that, I don't have anything today. Old business, but nothing.
Your
from my
report, yeah, on old business, I would like to bring up a little bit of a budget discussion.
Yeah.
Where's your phone, Mike?
He still can't hear it. My dad was like that. His watch would be beeping, and we'd be having a conversation. Dad, your watch. Alarm's going off. Huh? God bless him. Yeah.
Did you pull up our actual resolution? Board folder? Okay.
We
We
good?
may have an issue for the bids. It was on our calendar for 11:15. We had a bid come in late, and he's saying that the actual legal description that they sent out says 10:30. So Allison's working on that. She's pulling the legal, and she's gonna try to pull the resolution to
The
make
bid was here
sure.
by 10:30?
Yes, they were here at 10:24, but our schedule, the calendar said 10:15,
So if the resolution says 10:30, will we open it?
yes,
Is that
we'll
how
open
we do
it. Yep,
Okay.
so Allison's out there working on that with him and making sure.
All right.
If it was
All right.
advertised
Oh, yeah,
as
that's fine, yeah.
10:30, then we need to open that one too.
Okay, good. So, I just want to bring up, this is a message to the public, actually, and also to the electeds, that the last couple of years, I know you're talking to Adam about wrapping things up with COVID, and these last couple of years, as far as running any, and Lou, you can verify this, running any kind of organization, things have been different. COVID money, just employees, the whole thing. Well, as we work our way into 2023, we're going to be going back to a non-COVID budget and a non-COVID operation of the county. We're also concerned with some of the comments that have been made about where we're at economically and in the economy, the big picture. Our sales tax revenue 2 months ago, was it last month or 2 months ago, was down $50-some thousand over the year before. Fuel prices are up. We've got word our health insurance is going to go up. Inflation's up. And we just want everyone to know that that's a serious narrative, and we have to take our job serious. So we want to begin. I would like to make a couple comments and see what the other commissioners say. I've talked to Stacy about this before the meeting. Number one, we have approved 2022 budgets. We've approved them, and we just are asking that that all the elected stay within their budget. You have a budget. We've still got 5.5 months to go in the year. If you have to move some money around, that's up to you. You're in charge of your budget, but we're not in any appetite for any additional request unless it's an emergency. And then at that point, we're asking everyone to come in, right, Stacy, and present it. Each elected would have to come in and ask for why they want the extra money. We are ahead of the budget. Stacy, our administrators, worked with our auditor to discuss a process for the 2023 budget. And that seems to be coming together, right? And we are expecting some revenue number to work with by September sometime.
They're due by the 12th of September, yes.
12th of September, so we're ahead of the game. So we can start making decisions based on this is how much money we have in 2023. And then the electeds are asked to have their budgets in, their expenses and everything in by October, a little bit after that, right? A month later.
I think they initially said the 10th, but the 10th is a holiday, so move it back to the 11th or up to the 7th. I'm okay with the 11th.
That'll be with you and Julie, work that out?
Yeah.
Okay. So as commissioner, I support that process. And, we've navigated through COVID very well. In a lot of cases, in a lot of ways, there were a lot of positive things that came out of it, but there were clearly a lot of hardships. But just from a pure financial perspective, we've got to get back to some sort of normality, and we have to plan. We have to plan for potentially what's down the road. We just don't know. So with that, I'll see Commissioner Kirsch. Do you want to add anything to that?
Well, I would just reiterate that 2021 and 2022 was a bit of an anomaly. We had the CARES money, and then we had the American Relief Plan money, significant dollars that had different restrictions on them that could not be used for operations. And we've got to remember that there is some money in the account to be used for some capital projects, but not for operational money. And the dollars are certainly important, the amount that's requested, but I think even more so as newly elected officials are in and as this process starts, that we have to respect the process, if you will. And the process is that the Budget Commission certifies X dollars, whatever that number is. This year was someplace like 19.8.
Yeah.
Okay, someplace in that
18.8,
range.
yeah.
But whatever they certify, understand, this commission then has to work under the umbrella of knowing that's the dollars we have. No more, no less. Those are the dollars we need to work with. And if we approve a elected's office for, pick a number, $3 million, that number needs to be adhered to throughout the year, because that's what we have as part of our certification amount. we can't spend more money and then come to the commissioners meeting and asking for somebody to write an additional check. There is no pot of money from which to take any additional checks. Again, as Commissioner Paradiso said, if it's an emergency, we'll certainly talk about that. If it's a capital improvement, we'll certainly talk about that. But once you're certified and once you have an X dollars in your budget, that's what you need to spend. If you think later on in the year you need to spend something more here and less there, you can move it around. But the dollar amounts, the whole dollar amounts are the whole dollar amounts. So the point is that the process is important. That we have a certified number, that the electeds and the department heads submit that to the county administrator. We then approve it based on her recommendations, and then we need to stick to that throughout the year. Any variation of that, either way, causes financial stress for the county and a stress period for everybody involved. So,
good.
The dollar amounts are important, but the process is as important.
Yeah, just going to reiterate basically what both of the commissioners have already said. One of our biggest roles here in county government is to watch the budget, be in charge of the purse strings, make sure we're being fiscally responsible. We have had some good months and stuff, but I just want to reiterate what the other two are saying. We need to stay within our budgets. Things will be tightening up here, I think, here. When we go through this budget process here over the next few months, I'm going to be taking a hard look at a lot of the numbers. I mean, there's needs and there's wants. We're going to do everything we can to take care of our needs. Wants are a different thing, but we're going to have to be creative with all of this, and just we're going to have to make sure we tighten our belts. But it's, you can kind of see the direction it's going, and any requests, they'll be looked at, but they'll be looked at very seriously and very thoroughly, I guess I'll say.
Good. So Stacy, you want to add anything? And Mike, you can surely...
No, just to make it clear.
Tie this together, yeah.
Yeah, to make it clear, the commissioners have tasked the county administrator to not deviate for the rest of the year from the budget. And if there are any emergency situations, to bring them to us. Other than that, the answer is no, unless they have money in their own budgets to transfer around to cover any additional costs they think they might have. So from this point forward, there will be no general fund money added to anyone's budget for any reason, again, except dire emergency. But just to make sure that for a little bit of coverage for our administrator, this is coming from all three of us to her, acknowledging the fact that the pot of money that we have has been spent.
And I think we have to just, and so thank you for letting me bring this up. I wanted to bring it up, so I don't think it's doom and gloom or anything like that. I don't want the public to, but we don't want to wait till, if the worst happens in our economy and those kind of things, then you try to react. That's not a good way to run business. So we want to just get out ahead of it. We're looking all the time at engaging the environment, the taxes, the cost, tax income, the cost, and we're going to continue to do that. But we have to reset, because I think these last couple of years, and I've been here 2.5, almost 3 years, and COVID it's been crazy. You know, it's been, we need gloves here, we need cameras there, we're closed, and money's been coming in, and now we're getting back to how it used to be. And I just want to make sure we absolutely get back to how it used to be, starting right now, and then this year's budget going forward. And I think we'll all be able to make good decisions based on good numbers. Okay, so thank you. That's what I have for old business. And you want to add anything, or are you good?
The only thing I wanted to just touch on again, I think I mentioned last time about looking for, potential moving money to our capital projects or the budget stabilization fund. And like you said, that budget stabilization fund is your way to help try to offset if we do get some of these bad turns, that we can at least mitigate it for a little while. So, just thinking about how much we want to move. I think there for a while we were doing 125 a quarter. So, you know, we haven't done one yet this year, so that's an option to keep that going. And then also some capital. I know you guys went through the list that we presented, and there was a couple, you know, basically 1 through 10 was kind of a go. One of them, which we have an architect working on, but one of them was the ag building. So wasn't sure if you wanted to go ahead and, you know, I know we don't know exactly what the cost is going to be. I think a rough estimate, we're guessing at 2.5. If we move the 2.5 to the capital, I mean, obviously we could use it for something else if we absolutely needed to, but at least we'd get that set aside and moved. You know, on our 1 through 10, the EMS stations were kind of a separate from that report that we did, knowing that that's what you guys were talking about. We did move the one for 750, but wasn't sure if you wanted to, you know, move that for, in case, like I said, it'll just go into our capital budgets, capital improvement budget. We can spend it on other things. It doesn't have to be through that. If we end up getting grants, or we end up getting, or just deciding not to do it because the economy just is that bad. So just wanted to, you know.
We have money seasoned that we can move.
Yes.
At this point, do you need to
Yep.
make a few moves to get to that point? Or
Yeah, it'd be resolution, and I could, so basically we've got about 3.3 million to run through the corrections to get that moved over into whichever fund. Either it stays just in the carryover, added to the carryover that we currently have.
And then 1 to 10, how much money is that? The 2.5 for the ag building, and then we had, when you say 1 to 10, there were 3 or 4 of those that were together.
Yeah,
The
we had.
museum, for example, was 2 or 3 of those.
Yep, and I think we set money aside for, let me see my list, I know I brought it here.
So if we set money aside just for 1 to 10 that we've already vetted out and agreed on, how much would that be?
Right, so the only thing we didn't set any money aside for is the ag building. We got the backup power for the engineer, scanning, we set money aside for that. The ventilation system from the engineer. John is working on we had approved, but he's working on updating a cleaning. I think the big thing is trying to get a schedule and the new prices. But we did approve that. Our worst case scenario was it was going to be 300,000, but we know the one company the sheriff got for that was way high. So John's working with a company, he had to do it. So that's still to be continued. Our cost estimate in this report, we just threw in 275,000. And I think those were all the ones that we hadn't set aside yet.
So is it 300 plus 275?
Yeah.
Well, what we need to do.
2.5 and.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, go ahead, yeah.
We need to revisit the capital budget.
Sure.
And the priorities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Need to get a better understanding on how much of that capital money, either ARP or CARES, that could be moved into the general fund if we wished it. How much could be put into the
Like do it in
rainy
one
day fund
fell
if we-
sweep?
Yeah,
Instead
so
of a
that
series
we
of-
get a better handle.
Yeah.
And we need to start designating specific dollars for specific projects. If we decide that we're gonna do the ag building, which I think we pretty much have, then we need to move that into an account so that money isn't even part of the discussion as we go forward.
Right.
So we should do either a work session regarding capital or add it to the agenda.
I'd like to have a work session and then have that top priority list that we had again and kind of brainstorm about that, 'cause it's not fresh in my mind
Can we
right
talk
now.
about that in between the gentleman's coming in at 12 o'clock that day?
Oh, yeah.
Can we finish our
yeah.
meeting and maybe take a break and then come back in and
Yeah, that should give us enough
28th,
time.
have this kind of
11th or
discussion?
whatever that is.
That's a good idea.
My initial thought, we don't have to take action today, would be to move 250,000 to the budget stabilization fund. That would be 125 for the first 2 quarters of this year.
Yeah.
And to move 2.5 million into the capital fund to cover the ag building, because I think we're on a path to get that done. And then do everything else we said.
Now, we can wait on those 2 things if you 2 want to wait on them. If not, I'm okay with just making those two transfers, just to kind of take that off make the list a little cleaner.
Right.
Because I believe those are two things that we're gonna do then, and so if we
Yeah,
can do
I
them
mean, I'm
now.
okay. Is that where the egg building came in at? Did we have an estimate?
The engineer's working on it
Okay, well,
now.
I want to kind of wait till we get a
Okay,
decent
fair
estimate
enough.
on that.
How
But
about
I'm good with the
stabilization?
250, yeah.
I think you should make the motion since you set the fund up.
So,
We can do that next time.
Let's do that now. Let's do that now.
You want to move the
Yeah,
budget
we have a
stabilization?
motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion, a second to move 250,000 into the county budget stabilization fund. And it's our rainy day fund, kind of thing. Roll
yes,
Commissioner Kirchner?
yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
call. Yes, there.
Okay.
One's off the list.
One's off the list.
Good
And I
point.
think that was all I had under old business.
Okay, new business.
New business. Yeah, and I gotta follow this now when you say don't give anybody any more money.
Do you want to bring that bid in?
Did you,
Legal said 10:30, the resolution I got said 10:15. So,
Let's do it. Abundance of caution. Say we should accept it.
yep, I agree.
And then goes to the engineer.
Gonna miss having about 7 or 8 years of wisdom next to me, Mr. Franker, when you're up here next year, but we move ahead, right?
We'll carry forward for sure.
We move ahead, but you can't beat experience, right, Luke? You've been around, you've been through a lot of things, and really,
Wisdom is incredible.
wisdom's worth a lot. And I'm smart enough to suck it all in because
It's good. Okay, so what are we doing?
we had,
Welcome.
we had, yeah.
Erie?
We had
Hi.
a bid come in, according to what was in the paper legally, and our legal description that was in the paper apparently said 10:30. The resolution that we set time and date for said 10:15, but nobody usually sees our resolution. They go to the
Right.
legal description in the
Sorry for the
newspaper.
confusion.
So,
Pardon me?
sorry for the confusion,
problem.
but we're moving forward right now.
yeah,
Engineer's estimate, $1,000,002, right? $1,000,002.
yeah, I think so. Come off there. Okay. So the bid I have is for Erie Blacktop Incorporated out of Sandusky, Ohio. And just a reminder, the engineer's estimate was $1,002,173. And the total bid amount for Erie is $967,893.48.
Like, as a matter of information, you should know the other two bids.
Yes, sir.
Gherkin was $993, 107.40. And M&B was $969, 55830.
695.
As an estimator, it's always good to know the other two, right?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll turn those over to our engineer and go from there. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
much. Sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem. Just try to raise your blood pressure just a tad bit off.
Yeah.
Till you find out the whole harm the
They're
rest
back
of the
now.
story. Thanks again.
Yep.
Stacy, thank you.
Yep.
Back to you.
Okay, so we have a few financials. The first one we have is for our insurance claims. You know, the beginning of the year, we usually put in, $25,000, not knowing what claims we're gonna have. Obviously, we've had quite a few cruiser accidents. We've had some wind damage, so we've expended all that we had originally budgeted, because we never know what to budget. We may not get a claim all year, we may get more claims. So we're asking for an additional $20,000 into our insurance claims line. She's got a couple more coming in.
Do we put the same amount in every year of our budget, and if we don't spend it, we leave it there and it grows, or do you look at it? and
It'll,
say,
after the end of the
We
year.
didn't spend any this year, so we're gonna put that in?
Yeah,
So
we usually do
varies.
the same, about the same every year, I
You
think.
go into the year
Yeah.
with the same in there.
So if we don't spend it, the
You'll
end of the
still have
year,
it.
it gets closed and it rolls into, and then we'd have to reappropriate it. So like some of these, we're actually getting checks back, 40,
Yeah.
4,000, we got a check back
That
for,
goes in there.
and it goes, and then we
Back
have to
in. Doesn't go to
reappropriate
the
it.
general fund, it goes back in.
Well, this is general fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had to
I know what I said, that's the account. yeah.
Yep, gotcha. So that is what the insurance.
See, Mr. Brian Ball, I still get corrected. I'm learning. Thank you.
And hopefully my VIP is still working. Please work. Of course not. And it's been having issues all morning and yesterday, but I thought they had it fixed. So I'm gonna have to try to go by memory. So this thing logs on. So I'll follow the agenda. We have a request from Regional Planning. This is her issue 1 account, getting the contract money put in place, $560,300.60. And I think she's on. She had a couple things that if you'd have any questions. Yep, she's there if you need her. So putting that in for the issue 1. Also have a request from the Regional Planning for the sewer district replacement and improvement. Putting capital improvements of $2,312. And since I can't get in,
Is VIP down?
yeah, it's not loading. So that's.
I'm here, Stacy.
Can you explain that, Charlene, the sewer district?
Sure. It's a new meter for 23-224 that Mark has to have installed. So we have to appropriate the funds so that they can purchase it.
Okay.
Charlene, is that issue 1 money? What round is that for?
So this is, the auditor's office asked us to take money from one fund, put it into another fund, and they wanted us to change the funds that we're using. So this is for round 35s, and then we'll be appropriating 36s next meeting. So they basically took 35's money out of one fund and they want it in another fund.
This is
We're
30.
doing what the county auditor's office has asked. And then the fund that we took it out of is where the 36's money's gonna go. I'm confused, but I got a list and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, and then the carryover money, we split, some was paid last year, and then there was some work done this year that was paid. What was that round, 34?
That's round 35,
That is 35.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, that was 35 because 36 is what we just awarded contract for. Yep,
Got it, thank you.
yep, no problem.
It still doesn't have what round the money's for.
Oh,
See what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it may have been in the description, but
Okay.
because it's not working, I can't see it. I have a request from the engineer's office for his equipment in the garage line for $50,000. I think there's a couple pieces of equipment he needs. I have a request from Common Pleas, General Special Projects Fund for $3,320.80 for contract services. I think that was an additional for some attorney fees. I have a request. I have 2 requests from the sheriff's office. I think they initially put the ankle monitoring funding in the wrong account, so I have a decrease into their commissary fund by $7,177.74, decreased, and then an increase to the fund where it's supposed to be is the TCAP fund grant for the $7,177.74, and that is for the ankle monitoring, and all that is grant money.
How do we know if it's an increase or decrease on here? Because you tell us? There's no minus sign or anything?
Yeah, no, and that's what, we can do that with, we can have Kylie start doing that. Nikki used to do that either to put it in red or put it in parentheses.
Mind doing that?
And she just, I don't think we've had one since she's been doing
Yeah,
this,
was
so
the
she
first.
didn't know.
Okay.
So,
You don't mind doing that? You're good with it?
yeah, that way you know, because we usually put it in parentheses to let you know it's a negative. So that was what that one. And the other one I have, juvenile probate courts, their services, juvenile program and services account number 1176. They need $20,000 into salaries, $350 into workers' comp, $2,800 into PRS, and $290 into Medicare. And I have a resolution authorizing the contract between the Seneca County Joint Ambulance District and the Seneca County Prosecutor for legal services, and authorizing the President of the Board, Tony Paradiso, to sign all related documents. So what he's done for the other joint ambulance districts, he can be, with our approval, he can be their legal counsel. So, initially all three of them were using, and apparently the joint ambulance district asked if he could represent them, and he only charges them $1, but we have to approve that.
You explained it a lot better than it reads. Really.
Just to,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, it
Yep.
makes total sense when you explain it. I'm kind of going,
Yeah,
Okay.
why are we doing that?
yeah.
But it
So
has to
thank
come
you.
through,
Yeah, no, it's
through the
good.
county.
You good with it? I see totally what's happening,
Okay.
but it makes total sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a resolution accepting the bid and entering into an agreement with Smith Paving and Excavating for the Village of New Regal, Ohio sidewalk replacement project to be paid with CDBG 21 funds, and authorizing the President of the Board to sign all related documents. The bid was $78,610.50 with a $7,861.05 contingency. I have a resolution accepting the bid and entering into an agreement with Smith Paving for the City of Astoria ADA compliant sidewalk ramp program, South County Line Street from Finley Street to Culbertson Lane, to be paid with the CDBG 21 funds, and authorizing the President of the Board to sign all related documents. Their bid, putting on a $49,210 with an authorized $4,921 contingency. I have a resolution authorizing contract with Kelly Gorey of Rich and Gills Law Group LLC for the legal services on behalf of the Seneca County Board of Revisions. She's the one that helps out with all of the Board of Revisions hearings. Same contract she does every year.
Is this a one-time thing? We do this
Once a year. Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember it last year.
Yep.
There's no one that can do it in-house as far as like the prosecutor's office or anything like that.
She had explained it a few years ago why, just to burden the prosecutor's office. I could have to ask her again, but they've been, you've been on Board of Revisions, and she seems to be quite helpful.
nice to have
Oh, she's very good. Oh, yeah.
I was just asking.
She has the knowledge of, really when she comes into play, Tyler, is people like Walmart and Kroger's. They dispute theirs, and they've got a team of lawyers. I'm not picking on those two, but big businesses like that.
Yeah.
That's when we have to know what's going on in Columbus and whether we've got a chance to, to either accept or reject their offers. The pipeline is another big one. So she's she's pretty expert in all those fields.
Let's keep her.
We're gonna vote, put you in that committee next year, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to work with it.
I don't think Tony's had to do it yet either,
No.
so. So I have a resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with Helms and Sons Excavating for the parking lot project on behalf of the Seneca County Opportunity Center.
There you go.
Took a while, Lou, we got there.
We got there, yep, it's on the list.
Aaron, you're in the gallery now, so you know how these things go, right?
And then I have, which I kind of mentioned earlier, a resolution setting time, date, and place to hold a public hearing related to the County of Allen, Ohio Hospital Facilities Revenue Bonds Series 2022 for bonds, Secours, Mercy Health. And that is set for Thursday, August 4th at 9:45 a.m. And they will be here, their firm and our firm, they will be here that day for the hearing, answering questions, so.
Good.
And that's all I have.
If there's no discussion, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the new business, the supplemental appropriations, and resolutions as presented.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Chef?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Okay, any other business between the four of us here? Open up to public comment if we're, you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to voice some concern here from a local 2B business owner and one contractor. Basically more issues with the current building department scenario. Didn't know if we had any updates on that. I know I asked 2 weeks ago, but I didn't know if we had any updates on that at all.
No.
For the building department.
I don't know. We met with her, and then we also had a Zoom conversation with the company that was working with Sandusky County, but I don't know I've gotten anything back yet. I'll follow up with that.
We've sent Sandusky County folks what they asked for,
Yeah.
and we haven't got a response,
Gotcha.
Never heard back.
as far as I know.
I think that's the answer. You good?
Do we need to contact them again then, or
Just free to
give
do
them
it.
full court print?
Yep.
Yeah, they were actually looking for information from the city too, Aaron. I think Matt gave it to them. This is about building permits, et cetera.
Yes, I think Watson or Dan
Yeah.
Brickner provided that. Probably Brickner.
Okay. But I can follow up with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's time for public comment. So before we open up the lines, anyone in the audience would like to say anything, you're welcome to come up, state your name, and we'll keep your comments to 3 minutes. Anybody? You good? Jimmy?
Yeah, and I put something in the chat about 15 minutes ago to see if anybody wanted to come forward. I haven't seen anything, so this is your last chance if you're joining us on Zoom and you'd like to come forward during public comment. Don't see anything.
Okay, well, hearing none, meeting's adjourned.